Hello, my planner friends. It's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I am going to be doing my Plan With Me video for June 14th through the 20th. This week, I'm going to be doing a summer picnic theme, and this definitely turned out to be a favorite. I really like how it turned out, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So I've got quite a few pieces there that I had pulled from my stash. Everything kind of came from different collections and sticker books and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this green paper and put that at the bottom. So I'm kind of deciding on whether or not I'm going to put it all the way to the bottom of the planner, or if I'm just going to put it at the where the planner box ends. So I was planning to put it all the way to the bottom, but then when I actually did the planner, I did not do that. So I will cut that in a minute here, but I wanted to figure out the clouds. I want to do like a cloudy sky. And the problem is I had this piece of paper and it's an 8 by 11. So I wasn't really able to, I was trying to figure out how I would be able to make it go all the way across the page. Because I would need more paper than that, because it, goes to a certain, I can't really flip it around to make it 11 inches. I have to use the 8-inch side because of the direction of the clouds. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a couple of pieces here. And then I do have to piecemeal another piece on top to cover up that spot that's not covered. So I'm just trying to find kind of a cloud, like a cutting point where I can cut it that it will not look completely like patched. It ultimately didn't matter because I just put a label on it and you can't even really see it at the end. But I was worried that you'd be able to see it. But ultimately, you can't see it. But you'll see here in a minute what I'm going to do. I went ahead and cut the piece off and just try to trim it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the other piece that I have and trim a little bit off of that as well. And what I did with the trim is I trimmed it, but I'm going to keep that middle kind of cloud that's sitting in the middle of the page on the end. You can see I'm just kind of lining things up and drawing a line, and then I'm going to cut that, but I'm going to keep that cloud shape that's in the middle and have it overhang. So again, you can't even see this. By the time I put the labels on during sticker time, you can't see this cloud at all. I covered it with a label, but it's fine. I thought it would be better to have it like that and then overlap it to kind of take away from the fact that I had to piece it together. All right, so that's kind of my cloudy sky there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do kind of like a grassy area with this paper. This paper is really cute. I know you probably can't, I don't know if you can tell, but it has like picnic words on it, like, we're going on a picnic and park and lemonade and stuff like that. So I really wanted to use this paper. So what I did was I just cut it kind of where like the message starts or the little paragraph starts. I didn't want to cut it right in between. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece. And then I just cut a couple of pieces there. I am overlapping it with where the sky is, and I'll kind of show you why I'm doing that here in a second. It's not going to be cut like straight across like that. So I'm just going to fiddle with this for the next couple of seconds. Here we go. All right. And then I had this tree cut apart thing, and I really wanted to use this. So my problem was I didn't really like how the tree and the background paper was working. So I basically cut the whole tree out. And then I thought I probably need to have some cloud paper on the back of that to kind of cover up the the notebook section. So I'm just going to cut another little patch here and basically do kind of the same thing. I'm just lining it up, and then I'm going to cut it and leave one of those clouds to kind of overhang. Again, I don't even think you can see it because I think I covered it up. But that's all right. So yeah, I'm going to leave that little puff of cloud right there and hang it over the edge of the other one. I'm just going to trim that out. All right. So then I'm just going to put that like that. And then the tree will kind of go in front of that. I did cut another little cloud out. And I'm going to put that little sun behind it. And the reason that I cut the entire leafy part off the tree was what I'm actually going to do during sticker time is I'm going to actually I think I do it before sticker time. Sorry. So I have this thing that says life's a picnic. I really wanted to use it, so I'm like, I'm going to need to figure out where I'm going to put this. And so I basically just kind of cut and trimmed a little bit off just to kind of fit in that corner. I'm really covering up basically all day Monday. It really, I'm not going to be able to put anything on Monday's date because I'm literally covering it up with all this stuff, but that's all right. I'm just kind of figuring out where to cut it. Again, I was just kind of patching and trying to cover up that notebook paper from the planner. So I'm just going to kind of trim around it, leaving, I didn't want it to have so much blue, so I just wanted to kind of cut some of that blue out of it. And so I'm just really lightly fussy cutting that out with kind of a border around it. Because I didn't want to, obviously with those flowers, it's really hard to do those intricate little detail cuts. So I didn't want to do all that. So I just cut around the flowers. And I do have to trim a little bit off the top there. Yeah, so that's basically what the layout's going to look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and, oh yeah, I trimmed off the little tire as well, just to have more of the cloud background behind the tree. I was trying to keep the tire, but then I remembered that I was going to put a picnic table in front of that anyway. So I'm like, I just cut it off altogether. You'll see in here in a second. I just literally cut that whole piece off. All right. So yeah, I really like that little tree now, like exactly what I want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the paper and kind of cut a little mountainside. So I just took my pencil and lightly marked off where I wanted to cut it. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut it with my scissors. just have like a little hillside with a tree on it. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this other side. So that's why I had the cloud paper kind of below it, because I knew I wanted to cut the little hillside out. All right, so I'm going to get everything glued down, and I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac because I do want to make sure that it's nice and glued down. So I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac glue. And then with the tree, I glued that down with just the Fabri-Tac. And you can see there, it's a little overhanging, which I will trim off a little bit. I was trying to figure out how to give myself some room on Monday, but it's not going to work. But so what I'm going to do with the leafy part of the tree is I'm going to take some of the pop dots from the little foam dots from Dollar Tree. And I'm actually going to take that and put that on the back of that so that it kind of pops off the page a little bit. And so I had to make sure that the sun and everything was on there first. So I put that little sun down, and then that little cloud was just one of the clouds that I cut out of the paper. So that's there. And then I'm going to take some of these little dots and put them on. And I really liked the effect this gave because it made it look like the leaves were kind of, had like a little bit of a shadow effect to it. So I really like how this turned out. And it does overhang a little bit on the planner page, but I don't mind that at all. And then I just kind of lined it up with the cut line, and then just have it kind of sitting up so it kind of pops off the page a little bit. I really like how that turned out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. And like I said, Monday, pretty much don't have any space to write anything. I'm going to adjust this a little bit and make a couple more cuts just because I want to make sure that I'm trying to get as much of that like dark blue. I do like it, but I just feel like I just don't want too much of that dark blue in the page. I want it to be more of that like turquoisey blue. So I just trimmed it a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac and get that glued down as well. And then as soon as I get that glued down and we're good to go, it's going to be sticker time. All right, and we're going to call that done and go ahead and put it in the planner. I really liked how I had the colors of the labels color coded to the different scenes. So I really like how this one turned out. Hope you guys too do. Bye.